What's up, everyone? It's Nurse Blake, and welcome to the third episode of the Nurse Blake podcast. We're going to be talking about dating and relationships, and I want to introduce my husband, Brett, with 2 T's.
Hi.
Wait, are you my husband?
Yeah.
Because you have glasses and you're sporting this scruff.
Yeah.
I like this look.
Yeah, I shaved for the first 2, and then by the third, I'm like, forget it.
I like it. It reminds me of like mid-pandemic, you like sported a full beard.
I did like a full beard. I didn't like it though. It wasn't a good look.
You like come out with your full beard and the flannel.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a good look.
Brawny.
You look like the brawny guy. You should do that for Halloween.
No, I'm going to be the Maytag repairman.
Oh, so maybe next year you could do the brawny guy.
Next year, that would be fun.
I want to talk about, because it's a relationship podcast, about you taking the last scoop of my protein powder this morning. So I was so excited to wake up and have my protein shake and smoothie, and I realized, where was it? And I found it in the garbage. There was no protein powder left. But I realized you had all these muscle milks in the fridge, and it was just funny that you took my last scoop.
Wow, no, that is funny because it was my protein powder that I bought, and then you just started using it a week ago. So it's amazing that your protein powder was gone.
You can stick to your muscle milk. I don't understand muscle milk. They say it's got no dairy in it, but it's muscle milk. I don't understand.
Right, and it's all whey protein, so it's from, I don't know.
So maybe after the podcast, you could swing by Vitamin Shop and get more of my protein powder.
Well, guess what, baby? I already got 2 more bottles for
you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I can't believe you took the last one. Oh my God.
It's my protein powder.
You haven't used it in weeks.
Oh my.
You haven't used it in weeks because you're like, I do muscle milk now. It's got more protein, more protein.
No, it's actually just easier because I just grab it out of the fridge. But yeah, no, thanks for saving me at least 1 scoop of my protein powder.
I can't believe, stick to your muscle milk. This is going to be such a great episode. We are going to talk about dating and relationships through pre-nursing school, nursing school, and as a nurse, and take you on the crazy journey that has been our relationship over the past 10 years. I've been a nurse now for 7. So Brett has been with me even before nursing school and been on the wild ride. And what I love about Brett is he's not in healthcare, so he brings this outsider perspective to a relationship.
Thank you.
I don't know if I could date another nurse. There are some nurses out there, they're the nurse power couples.
Yeah.
And they're amazing. They travel nurse together. But me personally, I don't know.
It would be, really, I think depends on shift schedule. If one was day shift and one was night shift, and we'll get into that, I think that would be really, really hard.
You would never see each other.
Maybe that's a good thing for some. I don't
You
know.
have to be on the same the same schedule. But it's definitely hard to do.
Yeah.
Power couple for nurses.
Wow.
Yeah. Would you ever be a nurse?
No. It takes a really special person to become a nurse. I don't have that gene or no.
You don't think
that's
you
not
could be a nurse?
No. I'm I don't even know what to say that. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't be. I guess if no.
I feel like you're almost a nurse because of everything you've been through with me and all the stories I've told.
I love nurses. The culture of nursing, I think, is amazing. The people are incredible. Even in nursing school, it was such a special experience to see you go through that.
Yeah.
But I just don't have that, whatever that special gene is to want to take care of people all day.
Thank you so much. So the nurses out there were amazing.
You are
amazing. Is that why
amazing.
you're with me? Because I have that special
100%.
nurse gene.
And I didn't even realize that because you weren't a nurse at the time.
I should have put that in my dating profile. But I wasn't a nurse at the time
I probably would have skipped that.
So we met on an app and totally...
hit it off?
We totally hooked up and hit it off. And then I moved in a few months later.
It's like a Cinderella story.
This has been a 10-year rebound. Thank you so much. I'm so happy I have you.
Yeah, you were my rebound.
Wait, you were my rebound.
What?
Maybe that's why we're perfect for each other. It's getting so hot in here.
It actually is getting
and
hot.
I run really hot. Brett runs cold. He is always, for when they say opposites attract, like I'm short, you're tall, I run hot, you're always cold. I like the house at night at 68 degrees.
It's ridiculous. I like it at like 76, 77.
No, you sleep outside. Like sleep outside. Like that is Florida outdoor weather at night.
Well, so clearly you like it at 68. I like it in the mid 70s. And what's the compromise?
Stop.
It's 68. Yeah.
Okay, so I have woken up in the middle of the night and you are not under the blankets, which makes me assume that you also get warm at night and you may not realize it.
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah, probably.
What else are we opposite of?
Food. I think there's a lot of food that we are opposite ends on.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you like a lot of like complex stuff and I like very simple.
Like what?
Chicken and rice.
You're so boring.
Yeah, pancakes with butter.
You have no seasoning. He'll put like pepper on the pasta, and he'd be like, "It's seasoned."
I put
like,
pepper on something the other day, and my mouth was on fire.
Why is it spicy? You're ridiculous. So, how was it dating me? Like kind of before I started nursing school, and then when I started nursing school.
Well, it was hectic, I think, because we were kind of both rebounding out of relationships, right? So, I mean, there was a little bit of back and forth. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't perfect.
It wasn't smooth. Like, I was like all in with Brett. Like, I'm like, he's my man. And Brett's like...
And I was like, oh, no, I really like him, but I'm trying to like do me right now.
Wow.
And that did not go so well. Yeah, that didn't go well. Yeah, it was great though. I mean, you are such like a charismatic, wonderful, warm person. You know, you made me feel comfortable, and that's I think what scared me. Because I was getting out of kind of a very toxic relationship, and you know, you, even though you were younger than me, were just so stable. And
thank you. It's the Taurus in me.
It's the Taurus in you.
It's definitely the Taurus in me.
Yeah, and the wandering Sag.
Yeah, we did like a little like chase. Like I was like super into you, but then you weren't, then you were, then I wasn't, and it was like this like cat and mouse game.
It was stressful.
It reminds me of we're watching Temptation Island right now, which is amazing.
The best.
You may have heard of Temptation Island because it came out like with Survivor back in like 2001, but now it is back. It is here. We are on season 3.
We're skipping around several seasons. It's a lot to keep track of because there's 4 couples on each season, and we finished season 2. Season 3 is airing right now, so we'll watch 1 episode a week, but then we're jumping back to season 1, and we're on the finale. I think we're hopefully going to watch that tonight because it is
He falls asleep
crazy.
at 8:30 at night, just like on the sofa.
9:30.
So if you've never watched Temptation Island, it's 4 couples that are in a relationship. It's kind of rocky, and then the girls go live in a house with a bunch of single guys for a month, and the guys go live in a house with single girls for a month, and they see what happens with the relationship. So it's kind of like marriage counseling for us. Like we talk about what we would do in different scenarios without having to like be on Temptation Island.
Yeah, I think that's I don't know if that program is really like vetted as a true
They act like it's like a real counseling, like this is what every relationship should go through, but it's like no. But some couples like they get on the show and they are so like committed to their partners at the end and they realize like how much they love them. And I feel like that's where we would have fun, like so much fun.
100%.
But we would come out, you know, stronger on the other side.
I think so too. I mean, I think the whole point of it is like if you're able to make it through, it's all about personal growth.
Yeah.
You know, you're able, because they're away for a month. Living in a vacation home in Hawaii with 12 single people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the temptation, right? So I think the whole point is learning to communicate and like be sort of by yourself while still respecting the relationship that you're in and loving
and
your
that's
partner.
what I need. I just need a month.
Wait, what?
I just need a month to find myself. You know, we've been together 10 years, married for 5. April 2021 is our anniversary month of being 5 years married. But I don't think I've gone like a week without being with you.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, you travel quite a bit, and I'm not always able to travel with you, but
that's only a few days.
Yeah.
It's not a long time.
Probably a week.
Yeah.
Week and a half at the most, as long as we've been apart.
I wouldn't go on Temptation Island.
Thank you.
Would you?
No.
Okay, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I have to ask these things.
My
but we have
gosh.
great discussions about it while we're watching it.
Oh, yeah. No, it's fun.
So back to dating me in nursing school.
Yeah.
I could barely remember nursing school because it was so hard and difficult and challenging, and there were a lot of meltdowns.
Yeah.
And what I've learned is if you're in nursing school and you have a meltdown, just keep it at 15 minutes. Like, cry it out, eat your ice cream, and then keep moving on and keep studying. But it is challenging. And, you know, being in a relationship adds another layer of complexity, I think, because you're not only just balancing nursing school. I was also working part-time on the night shift as a patient care tech in the neuro ICU. And then I'm also, you know, trying to be this amazing boyfriend to this amazing man. And we had our doggy Nala. And yeah, so I think it just adds another layer of...
Yeah, I mean, it's like all of a sudden you're in a career. Right? Because like, you know, you go from school, but then when you go into nursing school, it's really kind of, I mean, it's like a full-on
It's a full-time
ordeal.
job.
All of a
You're
sudden,
in nursing.
You're hanging out with new people. You're super tight with your cohort. There's no buffer. There's no like buffer
We're not
time.
hanging out with new people. We are studying. Like it is so hard. You need a study group. It's not hanging out. You hang out after exams. You know, pre-pandemic, it would be like everyone meet up at Chili's after an exam.
Yeah, no, you hung out.
I did.
You had great friends.
I
mean,
know.
It was great.
Still connect with my friends.
But I think my point is it goes from 0 to 100
fast
the moment you start nursing school.
Yeah.
And as you know, while we were dating, there was no transition time, and you didn't have really, like, I was sort of, I don't want to say I was on my own, but like I was like all of a sudden put in a position where I had to adapt very quickly. And I think that for a lot of people that would be a struggle. For me personally, I thrive on change.
Right.
So it was great. But I could see that could be something that you would really want to talk to, you know, your partner or whoever you're dating or married to, because it goes very fast. And you do not have the time
to date at night and go out on fun dates or hang out with you anymore. No, I mean, a lot of nursing students that start nursing school, I don't think they even understand the amount of time required, you know, to be a nursing student. So it's definitely a learning curve and definitely something you have to be open and communicate with your partner with. But I feel like if you can get through nursing school and in a relationship, y'all will come out much stronger.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Because
even once you become a nurse after you graduate, things don't change that much. It's still limited date nights. A lot of dates just sleeping and napping.
It's even today.
I feel like that's like, I was thinking like, what would be his biggest pet peeve about me? And it's probably because I love to sleep and nap.
Yeah.
Like on days off, he's like, let's go out and do something. And I'm like, I just want to sleep.
I'm so excited to go do stuff. And you sleep constantly.
I just want to sleep with the dogs, like in the bed, like no big deal.
That's
but
what
you
night's
go to
for.
bed at 8:30 and I'm not trying to wake you up.
9:30.
Your eyes are closing 8:30. That's why we didn't get to watch the finale of season 1, Temptation Island, because your eyes
Last
kept
night.
closing. I know.
That's true.
But I wasn't like, come on, we got to watch the show. I was like, I'll let him sleep.
That's not how I remember it last night. You were like, no, we got to make it through. We're so close.
Oh, I did say sit up straight and open your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh
cute,
my
though.
gosh. But yeah, I think what if someone is in nursing school and they have a partner, what would you kind of tell the partner? Like, how could you support them through nursing school?
Well, I think again, making sure that they are prepared to see their partner less. I think no, seriously, I think a lot of people would take that in a very negative way, and it's not a negative; it's a positive for your partner. And if your job is to support your partner, then you know you've got to prepare yourself to go through that because you can't be strong for them if you are freaking out because all of a sudden all this change happened and you weren't expecting it.
For sure. And it's about like building a future for the both of you. And that's why someone, might be in nursing school. I think it's really important to also, when you get a chance, that once a month to have a really good date night, like make sure that you're studying super efficiently and effectively. So you have downtime for some self-care and self-love. And maybe that's being selfish and watching, a Bridgerton on Netflix. Or it could be, going on a date with your partner who's kind of just like waiting for you to hang out with them. But if you want to see us more through nursing school, like make us your background image on your phone. Like put a picture of us in your wallet. Like
wow.
And then you'll see us a lot more.
Yeah. That's about right.
For partners of nursing students right now, go out there and get them a Starbucks gift card, take them out to Target shopping, even if it's just a curbside drive up. Really support them and give them lots of gifts. You're welcome, nursing students out there.
Yes. I gave you lots of gifts.
Bring us, you did give me a Keurig. You got me a very nice red Keurig.
Yep.
You thought it was going to make me get caramel macchiatos less.
Well, I thought it would save us a ton of money.
No.
And it did not.
And you even tried to make me caramel macchiatos, and I would be like, it's just like Starbucks. It was like, honestly, I would rate it like, Starbucks is 10 out of 10 caramel macchiatos. I think yours would have been like, it would be a strong like 6.5 out of 10.
That's not bad, and that's worth saving the $3.50,
for sure.
$4 right
for
there.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the Keurig is. We need to find it.
Yeah, well, then I bought you like a really fancy Nespresso.
Yes,
remember
the Nespresso? We still have that.
It was like $900 and some dollars. I don't know.
I think that was my graduation gift. Was like the Nespresso.
Yeah, it froth the milk and all that stuff.
Ooh.
And I know.
Oh my gosh.
And you never used it. It's fine.
Oh, well, you don't
just like you're never going to use that air fryer.
Well, you don't drink your muscle
again.
milk, so it's kind of even.
Oh,
somebody's like kind of even there. And then so I graduated nursing school, and then I got my first. Oh, by the way. You could probably tell we're sitting a lot closer together if you're listening on Spotify or Apple. We record this in a studio, so it's goes up on YouTube. And we were sitting so far away from each other, but it's a relationship episode, so we could kind of get closer together.
I even had to take the arms off the chairs so we could get really
get
like a little closer.
It feels weird.
I'm hot.
I am sweating.
I keep looking down because I'm like, I'm going to get
sweating right now.
Sweat is about to show up on my shirt.
Jeez, it's so hot.
Yeah.
It's because you're hot.
Aw, thanks.
Oh, it's the scruff. So anyway, we're closer together right now for this podcast because we were so far away. It's like, were they really in a relationship? Like, were they having problems?
Well, in the last one, we were like, let's try to be a little bit more relaxed. And you had like this gangster lean, kind of like.
I did. I was leaning real hard. So anyway, we're close together now. So I graduated nursing school together. I remember you coming to my graduation. That was so much fun. I have pictures of that in my phone that I typically go back and look at. And then I got my first nursing job on the night shift. Nobody could prepare you for working the night shift kind of as, a full-time nurse in your first nursing job, which is already really stressful. And you think like as a couple, like once nursing school's over, it's going to get easier. But to be honest, it's kind of, you still have the same challenges, especially with scheduling and being busy. And a lot of people will say, well, nurses only work 3 days a week. Yeah, we are tired. Like those other 4 days, like we're trying to sleep and rest and recoup. And it's not you get 3 days on and 4 days off. That's like a dream schedule. It's weird. Like it's 1 day on, 1 off, 2 on, 3 off, 2 on. I mean, it's
all over the place.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing that you and I have gone through. At the time when you got your first nursing job and you were on the night shift, I, at the time, was like a regional sales manager for basically the whole country for this company. And so every week I was gone on average 3 days a week. I was out of town.
A lot.
I was out of town. And so our schedules were so backwards. Like when I would be home, you would typically be working, of course, because both of our shifts, they just never lined up. Yeah. And then on top of that, it was nighttime. Right. It was night shift. And oh my gosh.
It was really hard. And to be real and to be honest and frank, we didn't make it.
No, we broke up for...
We did break up.
Like a hot minute.
Yeah, we were living in Greenville, South Carolina at the time. And it was really hard and really challenging. And we were early in a relationship, early meaning like 2 or 3 years together.
Yeah.
Maybe. And it came down to like a communication issue. And then you ended up moving to Houston, Texas.
Yep.
I was stuck in Greenville, South Carolina, which is so pretty, so that was fine. But it wasn't long after that I followed you out to Houston, Texas.
It was like basically we were broken up for like 2 weeks and didn't live with each other for like maybe a month.
I did make you repropose.
Oh, 100%.
I did.
Yeah.
He did propose to me in Greenville, South Carolina.
It was
and it was so
cute.
He had like a violin player and it was by the waterfall downtown and he had this ring. And then we broke up and then he ended up proposing to me in DC on a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But we ended up making it. And I feel like going through that experience, it just really, I think we became stronger at the end of the day and realized like how much we love each other and how important it was like for us to communicate.
Yeah. I mean, every challenge that we've overcome has definitely made us a stronger couple.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's taken us on quite a journey, but I do feel like we're stronger, 10 years in than we were like early on in our relationship.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Way stronger.
And I think when things get difficult, I think our short split of 2 weeks, I was like, oh my God, I miss him so much. And I remember calling you. I was in my like little apartment rental, this like 1-1 studio, and you were on a U-Haul, like on the road in the middle of nowhere.
Like Georgia.
And I'm like, hey. And you're like, hey, I'm going to move back out to Houston. And you did. You like flew me out. I like helped you move in. Because of the breakup, we were renting 3 different places.
Let me tell you, breaking up is expensive.
It's so expensive.
Don't do it. Just stay together. I don't care. Stay together.
It's so expensive because we had the place in Greenville. We had my little studio I rented, 1-year lease. And then we had the new place in Houston for you. Breaking up is so expensive and one thing you don't consider.
No.
Yeah. Did we get back together so it would be less expensive?
Yeah,
Just
obviously.
And then I got a job in the ICU in Houston, Texas, which was still on the night shift, but I feel like we were in a better place then, like communicating with each other, making time for each other, I think is super important because it's so easy to get caught up with a busy schedule that we really did have to make time for like dates.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think once you were in a rhythm as a nurse, it's one of those things where it's a career, right? I mean, my career took me flying all over the place every week. I mean, there's always going to be adjustments that need to be made by spouses. And, again, my role is just to simply make sure that you're supported in whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah, and I think, moving and working on the night shift in Houston wasn't the long-term goal. Like, I took that position to work the night shift with the idea of going to days, which I did. So us coming together, I wanted to make sure that I was on a day shift schedule, and I have been on days. And you also took a job that was just in Houston, so you weren't traveling as much. So we did make 2 big adjustments, which we learned from our first little mix up there, a little whatever you want to call it.
Little soiree.
It still didn't get nasty. It was still very nice.
Yeah. Oh, no. That is one thing about the two of us is I don't know if we've ever had an argument. We've been upset with each other, but we've certainly never yelled at each other.
No.
That's not the way that we deal with our differences.
Yeah.
And it has taken us a very long time to really learn how to communicate.
I'm a person who, when I'm mad, I ain't saying nothing, and you could probably tell it from my face.
It's the only time he's quiet.
Yep. And Brett's like, "Do you want to talk about it?" And I'm like,
"Nope."
And give me 2 days. Let me get my thoughts together. Mm-hmm. But that's typically me when I get mad or angry.
Yeah.
And then I come around.
Absolutely.
You're not very. You don't get angry that much.
I usually talk things out like methodically.
Yeah.
At least I think. I mean, I
think you do.
But, it doesn't mean I'm right.
I get quiet. So if I'm ever in a podcast where I'm like very quiet, you all know.
Look out.
And then I remember we moved from Houston, Texas to Seattle, Washington. We ended up driving. We had a small, tiny U-Haul trailer. I don't know how we packed all that. Like, it was a game of Tetris.
100%.
And I remember crossing into California. We had pulled into a gas station with our U-Haul. Brett had gotten out of the car, and then I just see him freaking out. He was running all over the gas station. There were some boats around, and he's like talking to all these boaters. I'm there like swiping up on Instagram. He's freaking... By the way, he doesn't come to get me. He does not come to save me from what I'm going to tell you what was happening. So I get out of the car. The undercarriage of our U-Haul trailer is on fire at a gas station.
Engulfed in flames all around the tires.
Oh, and then we heard this big bang, and the tires had exploded.
Yeah.
It shook the whole gas station. But as it was on fire, no one cared until the little bang from the tire exploding.
Yeah, and what was crazy is, and this is a truck stop. This was like a Flying J or Love's or one of those. And I run into like the inside into the store area, and there was this huge line of people. And I remember it was like super busy because it was morning. People were getting their breakfast, all the truckers. And I look and I say, my trailer's on fire. I need a fire extinguisher. And the three people
You even
behind
said
the
that
counter,
in your radio voice?
I did. I did. Oh, I cheesed it up. Yeah. My trailer's on fire. Yeah. Somebody help me. So, that's the best. So they all looked at me like I had three heads. They had no fire extinguisher at a gas station. Couldn't believe it. So that's when the tire exploded. And now I got everybody's attention.
Yeah.
And I run back out the door. And luckily, by this point, you realized what was going on. You got out of the car. We don't need to talk about that
we're going to
anymore.
get into that in a little bit.
No, we don't need to talk about that anymore. So I looked to my right for some reason, and there happened to be a Forest Service fire truck sitting right there.
That had 100 gallons of water in it.
Yep. And they went over and they put it out. And incredibly, because it's a metal box, like the U-Haul's a metal, trailer, no damage.
Thank gosh
whatsoever.
we didn't lose any. Our whole life was in this small little U-Haul trailer. And I'm sure a lot of people listening are like really going to want to know, like, why didn't you tell Blake like it was on fire?
Yeah, so then we fixed it and we went to Seattle and that was case closed.
I forgive you and we're moving on.
I was so focused on putting out the trailer fire that I didn't even think about you in the car. I feel so bad.
Done. This is red flag. So if there was a second time we broke up, like this definitely would have been it.
But you stayed with me.
I stayed with you.
And I still love you.
No, I love you too. What are 3 awesome things you love about me?
Oh my gosh, your hair, your eyes, your teeth.
Oh my, did you think about that?
No, I'm just looking at your face.
Stop.
No, your smile is
I want to know if you really know me. So I'm going to ask you some questions about my orders. So if I were to tell you to like go to McDonald's and get me something, what would you get me at McDonald's?
McDonald's sausage egg McMuffin.
Nope, wrong. A hot fudge sundae.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
I do
that's
that
what
for
I
you
get.
all the time.
A hot fudge sundae.
See, I get a sausage egg McMuffin almost every day, and I skip it
I would
today.
get you a sausage egg McMuffin and then also your pancakes and sausage because you love the McDonald's pancakes.
I do. Yeah.
He loves McDonald's breakfast.
It's the best.
Okay, if I were going to Starbucks, I would get you your venti black iced tea with 2 pumps of sugar, with a pumpkin bread warmed up and a brownie not warmed up.
Oh my God, you are the best.
What would you get me?
I would get you a tall strawberry acai refresher.
Yum.
And a bottle of water.
Yum.
And that's it.
Plain bagel toasted cream cheese.
Yeah, well, in my defense, that's like new. It's like new for you. So I was thinking of like the classics.
I do change my orders all the time. I'm always into things for like a short time.
Yeah, like cereal. So when we first met,
good story.
When we first met, I would try to get him to spend the night by putting his favorite cereal in the cupboard, and be like, "Oh, I got you favorite cereal for the morning."
Yeah.
And every week though, it was different. Like I'd get you Apple Jacks, you're like, "No, I'm into Fruit Loops now." And I'd get you Fruit Loops, and you're like, "No, I'm into whatever."
Lucky Charms.
Yum.
I love Lucky. Brett says he jokes that he could get me the rainbow, and I'd still complain there's too many colors.
Yeah, or not enough, depending on the day.
Oh my, you're a lot easier than I am.
I'm a creature of habit.
I'm pretty complex. I think I'm pretty complex. Would you say that? Okay, thank you. I'd say I am. I know I am. Am I that hard to live? We have traveled a lot together. We moved a lot together. You are very easy to like move and travel with.
Aw, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a minimalist. I like the same stuff over and over and over and over again. But at the same time, I don't like a routine. Like, I don't like the same routine, right? Because that's really weird. I never really thought about that. So I love doing new things all the time. But yet, if I go to McDonald's, I'll order the same thing every day.
You're so weird.
So weird.
That's why I love you. So what else about dating a nurse? You hear a lot of stories, a lot of gross stories.
Prepare yourself.
You hear and see like,
Nasty.
right? How is that?
Detail. I don't like blood, guts, gore, visuals, thoughts, nothing.
If I were to come home and tell you there was a thoracotomy in the ER.
Cool. I don't know what that is.
He would just say, wow.
Wow. Oh,
cool.
baby,
Just like
so
one
cool.
word.
Do you get to participate? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is.
I know. But you always do good. Like, you seem genuinely interested. I don't know if you are or not. And there's sometimes like getting home from work where nurses don't want to say anything. They just want to go in their shower and have a shower beer and just like sit under the cold water.
Yeah. That's always something I always like attack you when you come in. Hey, baby, how was your day today?
And you're just like,
because I'm like a cheery,
been
like I want
talking
to
to people
know.
all day. It's been stressful.
But you haven't been talking to me.
And being a nurse is honestly, it's an emotional roller coaster. Like, you have a number of patients, it's ups and downs. You may lose one patient, you may save one patient. You could have a patient that's going to get up and walk for the first time in months. And it is an emotional roller coaster, and it takes an emotional toll, I would say. And just coming home, you just need time to like decompress where no one's talking. But once you're ready to talk, I'm going to be needing you to listen to my stories.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much how it is. It's when Blake's ready. Now the relationship's
We're talking too much
coming
about
out.
me.
Now the relationship's
We're talking too
coming.
much about me. There were some funny questions that people submitted.
Oh, fun.
And Elena wants to know, when you cover dating advice, which we're doing right now for you, everyone talks about red flags. Red flags. Let's talk about green flags. Yay, positive.
Fun.
So what green flags did your husband have, and what green flags did he see in you? So this is good. I feel like when we first started dating, red flag, I met you on a dating app. Green flag, you were stable. He had a good job. I thought you were going to have a really nice car, but you drove like a Saab, like a total like...
like the sport wagon. It was so
sport
cool.
wagon. It was so not cool. But everything else, like in your life, the stability, were all green flags.
Aw.
And you were like a
baby.
family guy. Like, you love to be close with your family and stuff.
Yeah, really close to my family. For you, I think one of the things that really, like, we were a little bit into our relationship, but like when I asked you to just drop everything and go on like a 14,000-mile road trip that took us almost a year, and you were like 100%, I'm like, he's the guy for me. Spontaneous, beautiful, check.
Get out of here. That's probably the ultimate relationship test, besides going on Temptation Island, is just taking a road trip with your partner.
And that's like our favorite thing to do.
Love
our
road trips.
favorite thing to do is just get in the car and drive somewhere, and I feel the most comfortable with you doing that.
I mean, our fifth wheel trailer, how many square feet was it?
Oh, like a 200, I don't know.
And we lived in that thing for a year. The shower's tiny, the toilet's tiny, the bed's tiny.
Yep.
We would make mac and cheese on our little stove. That was so fun.
That was so fun. That was the best.
The not fun thing is when you have to go and empty out the poop tanks.
Oh, really? Was that not fun for you?
Oh, sorry, I didn't do that.
Thank you. I didn't mind it. It was like,
It was a part of the process.
It was my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove it. I maintained it.
Yeah.
I did the poop stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question we got from Eric. How to date a nurse? What are some to-dos and not to do? How can I support a nurse the best way I can in a relationship? And I think it's kind of what everything as Brett has done for me, is like been a shoulder to lean on when we're ready to talk. Also giving us our space. If your partner's one that like needs time to decompress, that's definitely me. And then also getting them Starbucks, especially if they work on the night shift.
Oh, they
and
love
surprising
that.
them for that.
They love that.
And then just like I said, I'm a napper. So when Brett like wants to crawl into bed, take a nap with me, I love that.
Yeah, I have one word of advice for anybody that wants to have a successful relationship.
Just one word?
Two words, 3 words. Yeah.
Okay.
4 words. Don't wake them up.
That is a good one.
Even if they ask, do not wake them up.
You have learned.
I have learned.
We need to have a whole night shifter episode, which we will in the future, because that would be fun. But let me tell you a thing about night shifters. When we work 3 night shifts in a row and we're off for 2 days, we don't want to waste those days sleeping. So we'll tell our partner, like, babe, I'm off, like, make sure I'm up by noon so we could go out and do something fun.
Sure.
And then Brett will come in at noon, try to wake me up.
Yeah.
He says, baby, it's time to get up. And I'm like, babe, get out of here. I'm trying to sleep. Leave me alone. And then he'll be like, oh my gosh. And then I'll wake up at 6 o'clock and be like, babe, I told you to wake me up. Make sure I'm on my feet. Get me up.
Yeah, it's really a lose-lose situation for me.
So your advice, don't wake them up?
Don't wake them up. Even if they ask, say, baby, that sounds great. I'd love to spend the day with you. Set your own damn alarm.
I can't. Ashley had a cute question.
Okay.
And this is definitely something that we should talk about. So this is a serious note. Would you and your husband like to have children? If so, adopt or surrogate?
This is something we've talked about.
We do have our 2 kids, our puppos. We love them.
We do.
But this is definitely something that we've considered. I think we would adopt for sure. But I don't know. Like, I know we love to travel. It's been hard, obviously, from the pandemic. Haven't been on a plane in a year. But I think, us, like, settling down one day, maybe. But no promises.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, every time we talk about it, we come back with probably not.
Yeah.
It's probably not in our
But
cards.
maybe. But maybe
But
not.
maybe.
Maybe in the future.
Maybe.
That's so much work.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Growing up, I come from a very small family, and I never even thought about having children. You hear people, and they're like, oh my God, I can't wait to be a dad, or I can't wait to be a mom. And it's just that's never been my inclination.
I think you would be a good dad, like, if and when you're ready.
I think I'd definitely be the fun dad.
Oh, excuse me?
Which dad would you be?
The super fun one.
No, I'd be like the fun one.
You would
for
no,
sure.
I would be the
I would
fun
be
one.
so fun.
Okay.
I'd be bounce house
No,
fun.
we're moving on for sure. We are taking this offline. No, I'm just kidding. I think you'd be super fun.
I think so. I mean, I would love to be a dad.
You'd be a good dad.
Thank you.
Are you gonna tell me something?
What?
That I would be a good dad. I
Oh my
cannot
God, you would
with
be
you. I am
such a great
done
dad.
with you. I am done
would
with
be
you.
such a great strict dad.
I'm done. I'm over it. Okay, there were people submitted some dating advice. And by the way, if you do want to submit ever a shout out or a question or engage in these topics, you can by visiting nurseblake.com, going on the podcast page, and you could send us a shout out or a question, and we'll include it in one of the upcoming podcasts. One is patience in all things. Schedule, sleep, complaining. Please be patient with us. And I think that's so true, especially in nursing school. Like, our emotions can, you're laughing, you're crying, you pass an exam, you fail an exam, you have to do Foley, check off retakes. It's a lot. So definitely being patient, because we're still navigating nursing school too, and the challenges, especially when you're a new nursing student.
Yes.
Because you don't understand everything.
Yeah, again, you're kind of on 2 separate pages, and it takes a lot of work to try to find like that rhythm for both of you. Because from my perspective, you're super busy, but I'm also trying to date you.
Right.
And I think that's really where the challenge is, and that's where communication is so key.
For sure.
And unfortunately, communication does take time, and it does take work. If you know that you're going into nursing school and you're with someone, talk about it beforehand.
Yeah.
That is because, and just know that your life is about to change.
For the better.
Yeah, of course.
For the better. Someone said run away as fast as you can.
Oh,
I'm
no.
obsessed with that. That's funny. Let us sleep. Already covered that.
100%.
Learn the way I like my coffee. And
Yep.
I like my coffee from Starbucks. So if they like their coffee from Starbucks, like, maybe don't get them in Keurig. And maybe just go out and get them a Starbucks. Pop a picture of them in your wallet, because it'll be a while until you see them again. Facts.
Yeah.
True.
Facts is so true.
Someone wanted to know a question. What little things can you do to make their day easier? And I think it's just being patient, being flexible, and learning what makes them tick. and what makes them ticked off.
Yeah. Well, I think that's true in any relationship, honestly.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, yes, there are challenges to dating someone going through nursing school and a nurse, but there are challenges in every relationship. And I want that to really make sure that come through. I mean, we poke fun a lot at some of these things, but the reality is the best relationship advice is to care for your partner through whatever journey they're going through.
Yeah.
And going through nursing school was a different experience for you than the stresses of having your first job, right? And going through night shift. And every time we learned and we grew and we got better. And my role was simply to say, baby, I'm so proud of you. I love you. Sure, I wish I would see you a little bit more, but I know that that's not forever.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for what you're going through now to benefit you and the relationship in the future.
And if you're a nurse or nursing student out there and your partner doesn't support this process, bye.
Next.
Swipe left. Next. Yeah, so that has been our dating and relationship.
Yeah. I mean, it's been 10 years. It's been a lot of ups and downs, but again, we've gone through so much stuff. I just feel so much closer to you.
Yeah, I feel closer to you too. Oh my gosh, we have our anniversary coming up. Oh, I want to talk about some fun dates we've been on.
Okay.
I think the funnest date we've been on is where you took me recently on Valentine's Day.
I'm so glad that you like that.
I was
concerned.
so nervous about it. So years ago, I wanted to do plane acrobatics. So like go in like a bi-wing plane and do some flips and stuff. And then I developed anxiety over the years. And I have not wanted, I don't even like getting on commercial flights anymore. So this is a bucket list I had like 5 years ago that Brett decided to do with me.
To pull out now.
This Valentine's Day. And y'all, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it.
You were really nervous. I thought for sure that I was either A, going to be doing it by myself, and I would have left you on the ground, or because it was so cool, or B, we were going to get up there because we took a beautiful flight first before we did the loops and the rolls and all that stuff. And I thought we're going to have to tell the pilot who's sitting behind us in this open cockpit bi-wing airplane that,
So let me just tell you, this plane is from the 40s. I didn't know this, but we had to wear parachutes just in case. Just in case of what? Just in case of what? He even told us, if I say, get out now, that we have to, grab the wing of the plane and, jump out and pull our parachute.
Yeah.
And this is in Cocoa Beach. So if you're ever in Florida and want to do this adventure, it's Florida biplane something. So cool. Have to do it. Highly recommend it. But also, there wasn't a door on my side.
No, I was so happy I was on the right side because, when he told us that, well, it wouldn't have even been a door anyway. It's just kind of like a little side piece.
Y'all, I was just looking down, half my butt cheek, I'm pretty sure was out of the plane. Because Brett already is big, takes up a lot of space. Then we got these parachutes on, which aren't seatbelts. People thought those were shoulder straps. No, we shared a little buckle.
It was a lap. Yeah, it was like a lap belt from the 40s that just sort of went in and sort of snapped over.
I could not. And then he's like, okay, we're going to, and the package Brett got, there was this tour package, but then there's an adrenaline rush package and then an adrenaline rush XL package, which is what Brett thought I would loved and wanted.
And you did.
I did. So we're over the beach in Cocoa, and he's like, okay, we're going to go into our first acrobatic thing. And anyways, he points the plane straight up in the air and does this bi-wing fall, like a U fall. And then from there, we were going in twists and turning and corkscrewing. It was nonstop for 10 minutes.
The loops were the coolest, though.
The loops were the coolest.
What was so amazing? It wasn't like being on a roller coaster where you hardly felt the G's.
It was really smooth.
I mean, it was so elegant.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd ever done that. And I am so happy that you had a good time.
My hands are literally sweating, thinking about it.
I think it's just because it's really hot in here.
It's so hot in here. No, but I was so nervous. But in the air, I kept my eyes open. I didn't freak out. We actually got, oh my gosh, I'll have to post that video on YouTube. The video of us doing the acrobats. That would be so fun.
Maybe we could post it at the end of this podcast.
Fun.
We could just add that to
Love
the end.
that.
That'd be fun.
So if you're listening to
that.
this podcast and want to watch it, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll be able to watch it with us.
Totally.
And if you want to listen to it on your commute, you could do that by downloading it on Spotify or Apple.
Or basically anywhere you get podcasts
To or
now.
from work.
It's like everywhere.
And also, if you're looking to join an amazing, supportive nursing organization of nurses and nursing students around the world, be sure to join nursecon.com. You can become a member. We have C&E classes. We have yoga and stretching and wellness classes for nurses. We also have great articles and just
Discounts.
And discounts. Yes, we do have discounts. If you actually want a discount on my merch, I'm wearing my Can You Pick Up My Shift shirt, which I definitely love. And hey, it's not just for nurses. Like anyone could wear this. Can you pick up my shift?
100%.
I love it. So if you're a NurseCon member, you get 20% off my merch.
So cool.
Yeah, and you also get a wristband and a sticker.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my merch. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been so much fun. The next episode 4, I'm going to be talking about when I failed my TEAS exam and almost didn't get into nursing school.
Scandalous.
So if you want to submit a shout out or question, you could do that on nurseblake.com. And to close it off, I'm going to end with some shout outs. So we're going to congratulate Jackie for passing her nursing boards, her NCLEX, and becoming a nurse. That is from your Aunt Denise. So congratulations. Welcome to nursing. We have Teresa wants to give a shout out to everyone she works with in the cardiac thoracic ICU at Good Samaritan Hospital on Long Island. All of you are amazing, and I couldn't have gotten through this past year without each and every one of you. We want to give a shout out to all the nurses at St. Vincent Hospital in Worcester. They're currently on strike advocating for safe staffing ratios to improve patient care. So we are with you. We support you. Peggy wants to shout out to her amazing daughter, Jensen, a pediatric nurse from Plainville, Massachusetts. She inspires me every day to be a kinder and more caring person. And it was the acronym MA. It's not that I couldn't say one. Massachusetts. Like, I didn't know. Maine, maybe. Which is what?
ME.
Okay, thank you so much. And then we have Monica. Shout out to all my team at Marysville DaVita in Marysville, California, CA, for sticking together and providing dialysis to our patients through a pandemic. Haley wants to shout out to all of her fellow JMU nursing students and shout out to the JMU nursing faculty for being so resilient throughout the whole pandemic. Go Dukes. And Ashley wants to shout out to her awesome preceptor, Jillian, who is an amazing med-surg nurse and who encouraged me to have confidence and faith in myself when I was ready to give up. She says, thank you, girl. So I love all the support. I love all the shout outs and love. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to download this podcast. And thank you so much for listening. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.
I love you, babe.
I love you too.